In this video, you'll learn how to download, install, and configure Wazuh on VMware Workstation Pro step by step. I'll explain each part of the setup in detail, so make sure you follow along without skipping any steps. Let's get started. First, open your browser, go to Google, and search for Wazuh OVA. Open the official Wazuh website. Scroll down a little and you'll find the OVA download link. Click on it to start downloading the file. Since the OVA file is quite large, the download may take some time depending on your internet speed, so just be patient. Once the download is complete, the file will look something like this. I highly recommend saving it in a dedicated folder so it doesn't get deleted accidentally. Keeping all your virtual machine files organized in one location will also make them much easier to manage in the future. Now open VMware Workstation Pro. Since we're importing an existing virtual machine, click Open a Virtual Machine. Browse to the location where you saved the OVA file. Select it, and then click Open. The Import Virtual Machine wizard will now appear. First, enter a name for your virtual machine. You can choose any name you like. Below that, select the location where you want to save the virtual machine files. If you're planning to build a cybersecurity lab with multiple virtual machines, I recommend creating a dedicated folder for Wazuh. This will help keep all of your lab machines organized and make them easier to manage later. Once everything is set, click Import. VMware will now begin importing the OVA file, which may take a few minutes to complete. After the import process finishes, click Upgrade this virtual machine. A new wizard will appear. Click Next. Under Hardware Compatibility, select Workstation 17.5 or later, or simply choose the latest version available on your system. At the time of recording this video, version 17.5 is the latest release. Selecting the latest compatibility version helps ensure the virtual machine can take advantage of the newest VMware features and improvements. Once you've selected it, click Next. On the next screen, choose Alter this virtual machine, then click Next. Finally, click Finish, and then click Close. Now it's time to configure the virtual machine settings before powering it on. Click Edit Virtual Machine Settings. First, open the Memory section. If your computer has 16 gigabytes of RAM, allocate at least 4 gigabytes to the virtual machine. If your system has more available memory, you can assign additional RAM for better overall performance. Just make sure you leave enough memory for your host operating system to run smoothly. Next, open the Network Adapter settings and select NAT. This network adapter allows the Wazuh server to access the internet through your host machine, which is required for downloading updates and communicating with external resources. We also need a second network adapter so our virtual machines can communicate with each other inside our cybersecurity lab. To add it, click Add, choose Network Adapter, and click Finish. Now select the newly added network adapter, choose Custom, and then select VMNet1, Host Only. At this point, your virtual machine will have two network adapters. The first adapter, configured as NAT, provides internet access, while the second adapter, configured as Host Only, allows secure communication between your virtual machines without exposing that traffic to your physical network. Once everything is configured, click OK. We're now ready to begin the installation. Click Power on this virtual machine. Then wait a few moments while the operating system boots. Once the virtual machine has finished booting, you'll be prompted to log in to the Wazuh server. The default login credentials are displayed on the screen. Enter Wazuh-server as the username and Wazuh as the password. Keep in mind that when you type the password, nothing will appear on the screen. This is completely normal in Linux. Even though you can't see the characters, the password is still being entered. Simply type it carefully and press Enter. After logging in successfully, we'll configure the second network adapter with a static IP address. To do that, type the following command exactly as shown on the screen. Then press Enter. You will now enter the VI editor. If you've never used VI before, don't worry, it's very simple. To start editing the file, press the I key on your keyboard. This switches the editor into insert mode. You'll notice that Insert appears at the bottom of the screen. Now enter the following configuration exactly as shown on the screen. Let me briefly explain what each of these settings does. Device equals ETH1 specifies that we're configuring the second network adapter attached to this virtual machine. OnBoot equals yes ensures that this network interface starts automatically every time the virtual machine boots. Boot project equals no disables automatic IP assignment through DHCP, allowing us to use a static IP address instead. Type equals Ethernet identifies this interface as a standard Ethernet network connection. NM_controlled equals no prevents Network Manager from automatically managing this interface, ensuring that the settings in this configuration file remain unchanged. IPADDR equals 150.1.7.99 assigns a static IP address to this network adapter. We'll use this IP address later to access the Wazuh web interface from our browser. Netmask equals 255.255.255.0 defines the subnet mask, which determines the network range and allows devices on the same network to communicate with each other. Finally, DNS equals 8.8.8.8 sets Google's public DNS server. Once you've finished entering the configuration, we'll save the file and exit the editor. First, press the escape key to leave insert mode. Then type :WQ to save and exit from the editor and press enter. The command saves all the changes you've made and closes the VI editor. Perfect. We're now back at the terminal, and the network configuration has been saved successfully. The final step is to restart the network service so the new network configuration can take effect. To do that, type the following command exactly as shown on the screen, then press enter. Restarting the network service applies the changes we just made, allowing the new static IP address to become active. Once the command finishes executing, we're ready to access the Wazuh web interface. Open your web browser. I'm using Google Chrome, but you can use any modern browser you prefer. In the address bar, type the static IP address that you configured earlier, then press enter. After a few moments, the Wazuh login page will appear. For the default credentials, enter admin as the username and admin as the password. Then click Login. And there we go. The Wazuh dashboard is now up and running. From here, you can start monitoring your endpoints, analyze security events, manage agents, create dashboards, investigate alerts, and explore all of the powerful security features that Wazuh has to offer. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more Windows, VMware, networking, and cybersecurity tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.